What's going on, everybody? This is Lauren with the TMF Podcast, and right now it's 1 o'clock, August 10th. We're going to talk about Micron Technologies, a stock that I am trading today. I've traded this stock a few times. I know I haven't been doing the stock videos, and honestly, I'm trying to get back in the groove of actually producing this content again for you guys as I get closer and closer to moving in here. Life has just been really stressful lately, so I'm going to take a little bit of my lunch break here and go over what I'm looking at with Micron Technologies. Boom. This is what we're looking at today. It is ugly. If you had call options going into today, you're getting murdered. If you had put options, you're celebrating. However, I would probably say your celebration could very well be short lived. Let's have a look at this chart on the hourly. See this big red candle? This is not usual. This is what we would call unusual. This candle here, these red ones in the morning, we see those pretty common on stocks, a little morning dip. This bad boy, even down here in the MACD, we just don't see it have almost no green buying power, which is wild. Micron Technologies has an analyst forecast price target on the low side of $90, average 117, high of 172, currently sitting at 76.32. So it's even below the low one, right? They just paid out a dividend. It's currently down 4.8%. I believe that what we're going to see off of this chart is we're going to see a little bit of a kind of a double bottom. We hit a bottom, we bounced up. It's going to retest this bottom. As long as it holds right here, we should see Micron start to recover, shoot back up. The options change for Micron is fairly inexpensive overall. Right now, because I say it's currently trading at 76.34. So the 76 call options are 80, or let's go to the call options here are $1.24, and the 77s are 75 cents, and then so on and so forth. It gets down in here to the further out ones. I actually bought the further out one this morning. I'm at a 79 strike call because these things were cheap, and I'm just using a rather small account. And I believe if you were to jump in on some 25-cent call options right now, that the end of day to day, you're probably going to be sitting somewhere in the 40 to 50 cent range on this option. That's my prediction. Based on the fact that it shouldn't have that kind of a crazy sell off a cliff. Yeah, as we see on some of these other chart days, we do have big sell off days in the past. This is obviously months ago. Currently, they're just in the semiconductor space, and that's why we're seeing this volatility kind of floating around with AMD, Nvidia. Let's have a look at those real quick. Yeah, Nvidia had a pretty good sell off, and then it's bouncing up. And then AMD has obviously had its sell off and has recovered very nicely. So Micron Technologies should be behind AMD on this recovery. On the 5-minute, we obviously have some buying pressure here. On the 30-minute, not so much. So what I think is going to happen with it, I think we have to see something change. This is obviously crazy. There's no reason for this to come down and retest $73 or $74. There's really no reason for it to retest days of gains. Aside from earnings call or dividend payouts, this is a big overreaction. The stock is highly oversold, and it's honestly a good play moving forward in the call options. When it does start to shoot up, it does do well. And I did play Micron Technologies last week for a pretty good gain. I think I was a 300% gain last week on Micron. And it didn't happen in 5 minutes. Look, I watch some of these guys, I follow them, and some of these guys are getting crazy gains in 10 minutes in the market open. And while that does happen, this isn't going to be one of those days. I do think that Micron will go up. So if you're holding Micron or you're looking at it or you need a inexpensive swing trade, this one would probably play out pretty well for you. It doesn't really do a whole lot in the after hours. It usually stays fairly flat, but it's off the jump. If it's in the green in after hours, it's usually pretty good. So if you're looking at Micron, it's not the worst play. If you're holding call options right now and they're in the gutter, it wouldn't be a bad idea to just average those down. If you're down 50% or more on your position, and you've got access to some more capital, average down a little bit. Just put a little bit more in there. I mean, the theory behind this is, let's just say you bought an option contract at $1, so $100, that's currently worth $40. And you only have one, this is to make math simple. and we add another one at 40 bucks, that's going to bring our average down to like 65, 68 cents a contract. So we don't have to quite hit $1 to get your money back. And that option may never hit $1, but there's a good chance that it will hit 68 cents. So if you're looking at that, I would definitely average down, get closer to that to where you get your money back out of it. And look, I've had averaging down contracts like this pay out and save my ass time and time again, where you're like, all right, well, we put 200 bucks into it. It's now worth 80 bucks, which really sucks. And look, people are going to be, oh, well, risk management. We can hang on to that, or we have faith in the trade. We add a little more to the position, throw another 80 bucks at it, or 160 bucks at it, and we average down that position. We get a nice little afternoon run up, and we close it out for either break even or profit. I've had some definitely come out profitable only because I was able to average down the position. So keep that in mind. Obviously, don't do it if this thing continues to fall off a cliff with any stock. Take managed risks at it. I've got 4 days to expiration. I think that Micron Technologies will regain this dip that it had yesterday. I don't think it's going to continue to fall. There's no reason. It should be somewhere approaching the $80 mark, and those $79 strikes should be fine. It actually opened at 79, so at open they were actually sitting in a pretty decent spot overall, if we're going to be completely honest. And sometimes this just happens. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, and happy trading out there, and I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you on the next video.